Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another New York session here. Finally, we've broken out of this range here now. Oh, all right, perfect. Um, yeah, finally we've broken out of this range. I had a, I had a buy overnight. I took a buy somewhere around. It was 133. I took a buy. My stop was below the daily candle. I was expecting price to, continue moving bullish. Got stopped out. But now the trend has changed, the momentum has shifted, we've broken through support levels. So what we got to do first is we have to maybe identify it from the start, right? So basically we broke a support down here, 132, 930, broke a support. We tapped into another support, which is somewhere over here, 132, 340, 350. Looking on the 1 hour, yeah, makes sense. Somewhere over here. So basically, we created a low, right? And whenever we create a low in momentum, there's a very high chance this low is going to get corrected. So what I'm going to do is specifically, I'm going to wait for a minor resistance to be formed. Now, this area is really important. And the reason why this area is important now is because this is where price was ranging. So now price is at the same area here. So I think if we get a break below, there's an opportunity for price to continue down. Let's see how big this range is. This is okay. It's there. It's like 24 pips. Not too bad. Not too bad. But I'm not be taking any trades today because it's a Friday. And Friday I've decided to just relax. Let's take a look here. Someone sent a chart. This is waiting for support to be created. Took entry on 15-minute to have smaller stop. Okay. Yeah, I think what's wrong there is like the same thing. We have consolidation here. And we got consolidation, price is trending down, price is making a low. So buys can get tricky. Let's take a look at pre-markets. So pre-markets are okay, negative 91 points, negative 73 points. It's okay. Nothing to see, nothing to do. There's no news here either. I mean, there's a light news at 8:30, but that's about it. Nothing really that's going to move. One thing is that I'm looking at is that, like I was looking at the weekly, and the weekly was trying to push down, and I was looking at the daily, and daily was pushing down too. One thing I was looking at was that if the daily candle has broken the low of the previous candle, right? So what's the probability that it's going to continue moving down towards 131 834? Now normally like a daily candle moves, like if we look at this daily candle, this is around like 150 pips, right? So if you look at this current daily candle, it moved around 77 pips. So for it to continue down, this candle has to be around 132 pips big. So maybe, I mean maybe it could come down. I mean, if you look left, this is a support area because there was a daily candle on the 18th June that rejected the same area here before. So I mean, maybe we're seeing a bounce here. Who knows? But ideally, if I was looking at this, I would be looking to take sells if we respect this area here at like 132 800. Yeah, I think that's still going to be a pretty good area. take a look at this chart. This is GJ 30-minute resistance, 4-hour support. Waiting for bearish candle to print. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. This is Euro JPY. Euro JPY. Euro JPY is coming down. It's tapping into a support area here on the daily time frame. This is what we were looking at yesterday too. When we sent the Asian analysis, it was like, okay, there's a very high chance we may continue down towards 119,900. But now, what's going on is now I think we're having the same retracement. Just kind of like the retracement we're having on GPJPY. So basically, this was a support where price is broken into. Look on the 30-minute as well. Yeah, at this point, we're trending down, so I think now it's coming back in this range. This is a range here. If you look on the 15 minutes, much clearer, but on the 30-minute, you'll see these wicks, right? So that's why when you go to the small time frames, you see some more information. All right, let's take a look at this. This is we'll enter buys if it passes the wicks to the left. Yeah, I mean, from what I see on the 1 hour is that there won't be enough range, because once price comes into this vicinity, like if once price comes into this vicinity, like where you have this wick here to the left, I mean, it can just reject it from this point. So that's one thing I'm going to be careful about. As price comes into here, it's going to look left. You'll see like there's a wick right here. Even though there was a clean candle that went down, there's still some chances it may start rejecting. It may work out, right? It may work out, but like from what I see, I think there would be a higher probability of price rejecting from this area. So I think better buys would be maybe like let price form, or wait for price to create like another level of support which can support the idea of price moving up, or even letting price close above 132,800, because this area was a support held yesterday after London close. So maybe in here too. What's this? I need one signal. One signal today. All right. One signal. Let's take a look here. I think a good one signal could be, I want to say that the buys may play out till 132,800, but ideally, if I'm going to be taking a trade, I'd be looking for a minor resistance forming. Or maybe I can give you guys a click button. You click a button on the screen and it shows you a signal. Like you know what exactly to do. If the current candle goes past the wick of the previous candle, should increase buy bias. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Now, we've seen GPJPY drop, retrace, and then it closes back in the range and starts retracing even further, right? So that's why I'm kind of hesitant. I'm kind of hesitant to see, if it's going to go up, how far will it come up to? Because 132,800, that's kind of like a strong level, because we have a lot of volume in the London close. So yesterday, day before yesterday, we had, when price came down to 132,800, it bounced away from it. So when price bounces away from a level during a high volume time, then that level is a strong level, right? So that's why, I mean, taking buy right now, I think you have like a 13, 12 pip range. So I'd expect it to bounce from here, like maybe form like a minor resistance to continue moving down. This is waiting for bullish confirmation for price to reach resistance. Waiting for price to form resistance. Okay, that makes sense. So you have this. Oh, you have the same level here. Yeah, makes sense. Is it correct that you lost more money than you won every day this week? Um, no, no, really. I won more than I lost this week. But in terms of trades, I think I lost more trades than I won. I lost, I think I lost, let me see here. I lost more trades this week. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I lost 7 trades. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, I lost 7 trades and I won 6 trades this week. This week was pretty hard because, JPY was just consolidating. Took less trades, lost more trades, won less trades. But I'm still up for the week. I'm up for the week. This is pretty good. Is it better to set a sell limit or wait for confirmation with the candle close? I think it's better to wait for a candle to close with confirmation, because when you're putting a sell limit, it's basically you're entering as soon as price is reaching that sell limit, right? So it's like you're entering when the candle is still bullish. This week was tough, but I still came out on top. That's pretty good. Yeah, this week was pretty tough. Not gonna lie. It was a tough week. I mean, just look at GPJPY. Look at this. How can you trade this? Look at this. Just range, 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 range. Like, what's this? Range, and then this one drop, and then just range, range, range last week too. So this is all this week, just garbage. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. Yeah, look at 4 hour. There was nothing. This week was just nuts. What do you think about CLFX? I think he's a good guy. He's my friend. We're friends. So what should I think? I think he's a pretty good person. I took buy at 132,621 to clear the wicks to the left. Okay. So as this candle's coming to a close, the 15-minute candle, I think you can bring your stop down over here and anticipate the next one to continue pushing. Yeah, because essentially this is a consolidation area here too. So either price is going to start ranging here or it's going to push right through it. So those two things happen.
I agree with you. This area right here is kind of tight. Unless we form a support right here, some kind of clear direction. But this area is a tight area.
Let's take a look at this. This is fake out on 30-minute time frame. Yes. Yes, that does seem like a fake out. But then we have this resistance area right over here at 132,800. Hey, where'd you catch the sells today? Oh, those sells were basically right over here. Break of this low right here. Like it took sells around 132, like 600, 590, and then I was expecting it to break this low and continue moving down. Because once this candle closed bullish, I knew for a fact that this is not going to go up because the candle body was too small. It was a small candle body, so I mean, and there was also like a higher support right over here. So like whenever GJ trends hard. Like a lot of time this is going to show you those confirmations that may start reversing, but no, when GJ is trending, it doesn't care for human life, doesn't care for minor supports, it just keeps on running. Waiting for sell confirmation, NY open, super target, 131,800. Okay, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I think if I get those sells around 132,800, I think that's gonna be pretty good. Oh, we have a guest over here. Surprise visit from the Grinch. Where is he? All right, let's take a look at this. What's this? My thoughts on GJ. Buy above here, safe confirmation. So you're taking a buy above 132,800, which is a support right here. Yeah, sure, sure it could. It could probably work. I think it won't, but you know, I mean, in my opinion, I think you need to break above 132,800 and then have a move up. But then even though it starts moving up, there are a lot of problems here. You know, like you have this liquidity area, you have this liquidity area over here. So you have a lot of issues. Hey Raja, when do you look for a summer break to start to impact trading on GJ? Well, if you look at right now, if you look at this past these past few days, look at that, low volume. You know, price has just been ranging, extremely low volume. So I think this is where, you know what I think? I think the reason why it's ranging so much is because the market knows something's going to happen, right? The market knows the market knows that there's going to be some sort of a news incoming. You know, maybe it's going to be through something about Brexit, maybe something about like I think it should be pushing up because they're trying to open up the economies, they're trying to open up the restaurants and that's going to create more tax revenue. So who knows why it's ranging. There are a lot of I've read a few articles too, and it's a lot of um, like biased speculation on what people think. I have an article for you about low liquidity. Central banks warn on lower than normal forced liquidity. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there still has been liquidity, from day to day. I remember last year, June, July, June, July, we had a few weeks where there was no liquidity too. And that's just how summer is. Like, just how it is. And plus, when you combine the C word here with it, then that just creates even lower liquidity. I mean, last week was pretty good. Last week was really good in terms of liquidity and volume. Um, most of June was, especially like this current week was just pretty bad. It was what they say. It was bullocks. This is bullocks, mate. Just ranging. Gold looks like longs, just ranging now. Well, is gold longs or is gold ranging? Make up your mind. Are we ranging or are we long? All right, let's take a look at this. Daily. Daily candle close bullish previous one. Weekly we're bullish. Daily. Okay, we're trying to create some sort of a support. Looking on the 4 hour, it does seem like we're creating some sort of support on the 4 hour. Let's do this here. Creating a support. There's also this area here, these wicks on the top here, they couldn't break above 1766, 1767. So it's like in the range right now. Yeah, it's in the range. It's in the range. I think much better opportunity on gold is going to be once we break above that range and then come in here, above 1767, 1768. You have an opportunity for price to come up to 1774. That's 60 pips. That's almost 60 pips, right? So you want to catch price. Oh yeah, that's 70 pips, 70, 80 pips. You want to catch price in here, because you have a clean candle here through left, and it will just make much more sense. Trading within this range, It's pretty self-explanatory. Explanatory. Is it explanatory or explanatory? Pretty interesting. All right, what's this? DJ 15 minute looking to form resistance on 15-minute time frame. Looking to take a sell, low created. Yeah, I think that should work. I think that should work. I think on the 30-minute as well. On the 30-minute as well, if we can see some sort of a minor resistance forming, I think that's going to be a picture perfect trade. A range-bound market is one in which price bounces in between a specific high and a price low. Yes. Do you smoke weed and why do you not use trend lines? Those are two very complicated questions in one sentence. Do you smoke weed and why do you not use trend lines? Because trend lines, I don't know, man. Trend lines, I don't use trend lines. I just don't use trend lines. I used to use trend lines, but then I stopped. When in terms of using drugs, I don't use drugs. Drugs are bad, man. Come on. So what we're gonna do is, um, so is this open for everybody? Yeah, I think let's open it for everybody. So what we're gonna do is at 7:30 a.m. Hold on.
It's shop.
Oh,
Just shopmfswag.com.
all right. All right. So at 7:30 we're gonna give away a shirt, right? We're gonna give away a shirt to someone who has the best chart, the best marked up chart. You're gonna get a shirt. So that's something we're doing right now. We're doing a giveaway. So we have like what 37 minutes left. Yeah, it's a pretty good shirt. Like one thing I'm surprised is about the price. That's
Yeah.
22 Canadian dollars.
And
That's
if you move the if you go down and you switch for USD price for people in the US, bottom left, yeah, right
oh
there.
yeah, that's actually a pretty
It's
nice
pretty
price.
pretty cheap.
Like normally I see 30 US dollars, 25 US dollars. This is a really really good price. $16.44. Yeah, so any chart it should be like labeled, should be nice. If it's a wrong chart, then you get disqualified. Please help. How can I send my chart the right way? Yeah, I think you need to figure that out. Um, it's for everybody, for Zoom, for the Gulag. But mind you, not all charts from the Gulag can be viewed because there's going to be a lot of charts being sent. So some charts may be looked over because physically can't look at all the charts. If this 30-minute close is bearish, will you sell? Yes. But you know what I would want? I would want this 30-minute to close bullish, some sort of like bullish, and then the next 30-minute to start breaking the low, because when it starts breaking the low, I think that's going to be a pretty good move to continue bearish. Ooh, your JPY is pushing down over here. Pushing down, 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 down. Raja, on a scale of 1 to 10, hi, how are you? I'm number 10. Um, did you take trade? No, I didn't take any trades today. Hey, if the H1 closes bullish on the 4-hour support, why can't we take buys on GJ? See, the problem with taking buys on GJ, you're right. Like the 4 hour is going to close bullish or support, but then there's a problem at like 132.900. But then you can argue that okay, there's a problem at 132.900, which is around like 30 pips away, so we can still take buys and get like 10, 15 pips out of it. But the only problem then comes in is in the smaller time frames, right? Because if you look at the smaller time frames, there was a support formed at London close 2 days ago around 132.800. So if you look at where price is right now, from market price to up there, it's like 13, 14 pips away. So in my mind, taking buys in that small range, I don't think that's ample. Like that's a very small range. So I'll have to wait. Raja, show me how to trade and marry my. No, I'm already married.
A lot of people is asking for shipping. Yes, we do ship pretty much everywhere except Africa. So there's no problem there.
Why
Shipping
not to
costs can be
Africa?
calculated. Lots of problem over there. A lot of package stolen. I did another
Oh,
business and we had the same problem. So yeah. So unfortunately, and someone's asking in the YouTube if we can do a Gulag of the Week shirt. Maybe.
Gulag of the week deserves a coupon. That's what they deserve. Gulags. Can you rate how on 1 to 10 how difficult GJ has been this week? GJ, like this week it's been around, I would say like 8, 10, difficult to trade. And the only problem has been is that it's been ranging, and when things start ranging, what happens is that when things start ranging, you're once you take a trade, there's a high probability you're going to lose that trade, right? So when you start losing trades, that's where your discipline is tested. Your emotions are really tested at that point because when you're winning trades, that's perfect. You're winning trades, you're following your plan, you're taking 1 to 2 trades, you're closing at targets and whatever, you're doing good. But the challenge comes when you lose a trade because once you lose that one trade, man, that one loss can trigger some retard button in your mind or what happens that it just throws you off tracks. Like you just go completely off the rails. Like you take one loss and then you want to make that loss back and you take another loss and then that's where it starts. And it usually happens on Fridays and Mondays.
Freaky Fridays.
Yeah, man. Your brain goes all freaky on you, so you got to be careful.
Man, this mango's really good.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Eating
mean,
from,
Vincent bought those mangoes.
yeah, I'm eating them right now.
You said this week is kind of most of the pairs are in goat shit range. What's your thoughts in the incoming weeks? I think next week will be good. I think we're going to have really, really good weeks. Next week is going to be an amazing week. There's going to be amazing volume in the next week. I can't wait for next week to come along. I can't wait for Monday to come along because this week we'll have to take revenge next week for this week. That's it. I lost all my profits today. Well done. That's why no trades this week. Yeah, this week I've been going really, really slow. Really slow this week.
Roger, you didn't make a video of how to eat the mangoes without any utensils.
Yeah, I
you
will
gotta
today.
A little technique, Vince.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they should better start paying me for marketing them so much. All right. Oh, wrong chart, man. Wow. So looking at, yeah, your JPY is just heading down. Looking at that, whatever. Let's take a look at US 30. US 30 is also in a range here. Looks like it's trying to push up. Aspects of trading. What aspects of trading did you spend the most time perfecting? I think the most time I spent perfecting, honestly, was to know how to keep losses small. That's it. That's it. Like when I really start to get consistent, I just focused on how to keep losses small. And the one way to keep losses small was to just take 1 or 2 trades a day. That's it. Just no over trading, no over risking. Because when you don't over trade or over risk, you're just keeping losses small anyway, right? Because the less trades you take, the less losses you're gonna take. Cleanest chart in the gulag. All right, let's take a look here. Cleanest chart in the gulag. What a bold statement. 4-hour bearish break of support. Okay, this pink line. Bearish engulfing. 1-hour entry. Yeah, I don't know. We can't really see where the entry was. No, I don't think it qualifies. I don't know. Who am I to judge? I can't judge anyone. Like, come on, man. I can't judge anyone. Any advice on stacking positions? Just don't stack positions, because when you stack positions, you're adding more risk, and it's very dangerous because let's say that price is heading towards like a resistance level at 132,800, right? And you take a sell. You take a sell, let's say as candle closes. And then let's say that candle closed bearish and you took a sell. Now what happened is that, okay, since this candle closed bearish, you took a sell, and when the next candle starts moving up to create a top wick, what you're going to do is, so let's say next candle is moving up, you take another sell, right? You take another sell right here. Candle moves up more, and then you take another sell here. Now you're stacking positions, which means you're adding risk to your trade, right? And then when candle keeps moving up, you add another sell, and now you're like, okay, perfect. I've added all my sells, and now it's going to go down. But the candle is going bullish. This is the wrong way to add. This is the wrong way to stack. Because if you're adding positions, you need to have a constant stop loss, like solid stop loss. So every position you add, all those positions, they will have the same stops. So I think you should be stacking positions when price starts moving in your favor rather than going against you. Waiting for a good resistance to be created to take sells. Yeah, I'm kind of on. If I'm going to take a trade, I'm going to wait for that as well. You teach us how to mitigate risk, but how do we add more risk when we are in profit to increase our profits? See, when you really understand how to mitigate risk, it comes naturally. Like once you're good at lowering risk, that also comes hand in hand with like having the confidence or knowing that now price is going to go in your favor, or like knowing that, okay, maybe you've closed a portion of position before, and now based on the things you see, you know that price is going to go in your favor. So then at that point, automatically you add more risk, right? Because let's say if someone took sells here on a smaller time frame, right? And then they're like, okay, now I'm in sells and price should start moving down. Then they can add another position as this candle breaks the low of the previous 30-minute candle, right? And keeping the stop above the candle and now anticipating it to really push down. But I think adding more positions, it comes after really knowing how to mitigate risk. I mean, I think that's the first step. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This chart. Minor support created. Enter at retest. Break of support. No, I think we need a chart. We need a chart where you're displaying your entry, and where you're gonna exit, and the trade has just started. Not a chart that is already done. Yeah, let's put it that way, because then it's really easy, right? Because someone can look at a chart and just draw things and say, oh, look, this is what I imagined. This is what happened. All right, GP CAD sells. GP CAD sells. Okay, perfect. Perfect, Glenn. This is awesome. You have a support here. Candle's closing below. It's time to come down. Yeah, it looks good. I'm just kind of worrying that we are at support five around 580. Where's 580? Four-hour close at same price. Looking for buys on the 1-hour break to correct the move.
It's 132,580 is referring to.
132,580. Oh, support.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to. On the 15-minute, you can see it.
Yeah, that's support. Exactly. That's why, break of the low here would be a much better confirmation. Looking for buys, anticipating price to move up. Yeah, okay, this makes sense. These buys will make sense. Once I think they'll make sense if you see if this support is established. If you see that this support is holding strong based on the 30-minute and 15-minute, I think that's when those buys could work. But as this 30-minute candle, once it breaks the low of the previous 30-minute candle, then I think there's a very, very high probability that we're going to continue moving down in this 20 pip range. Stop could be 11, 12 pips above the current 30-minute candle, but you have to wait for it to break the low here first. Resistance formation area after low, retracing, looking for resistance reform, and Westchester should then continue down, break of the range. Oh yeah, this is a good chart. I think this is our first entry right here. Yeah, this is our first entry. Let me write down on my piece of paper.
Awesome. And something I forgot to mention also, anyone placing an order this weekend over $100 will get a free mouse pad. That's only for the Gulag and the Zoom. We're not going to advertise that.
Oh, okay, perfect for the Gulag and the Zoom. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. Collins Kerosi. But I really do think if this breaks the low here, it's going to continue moving down. All right, so this is, let's see what, oh, wrong chart from the Gulag. Oh man, we can only expect wrong chart from the Gulag. Disqualified. All right, let's take a look at this other chart. USD CAD. Be cautious and depending on how candles close, whether it breaks the zone, how strong. Waiting for break above here, waiting for break below here, confirmation below this candle. Okay, yeah, makes sense here. Makes sense. Gabriel Cruz. This makes sense. It's ranging right now, so you're waiting for price to break above or below. Gabriel Cruz. Okay. You guys need to remember your names here, because I'm just going to write these names down. Look, I'm writing them down slowly, one by one. All right, what's this? 6 to 58, Donnie O'Leary. Let's take a look at this chart. Just by looking at this setup, I think I know exactly what you're looking for. But these are nice. Look, as you start from here, high form during Asian session, no top wick, strong bearish candle, support broken right here with pre-London volume, price respected previous support as resistance. Okay, good entry signal. Good. Price made a low. If it breaks the low here, you're expecting price to come down. This is a very nice chart. Very nice chart. Donnie O'Leary. This is awesome chart, man. Look how clean this is. It's all labeled. It's labeled from numbers, so you can really see what the thought process was. Thought process started from up over here, and now it's coming down over here. Beautiful. See, now it has broken the low over here, right? It has broken the low. It has respected the high. So now it has a higher probability to continue moving bearish. I mean, GJ has done this 4 times this week, and since it was ranging, it didn't play out, So, I mean, if you're going to take this, I mean, just know that GG has done this and it hasn't played out. Yeah, I think it should be good. Like 10, 11 pip stop and a potential, like a 15, 18 pip drop. Should be pretty good. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is, ooh, I did not catch this move, so I waited and watched for a minor resistance form, 22 pip profit. Okay. Oh, nice, you take a sell over here. Okay. No, we're looking at current trades or potential trades, not the trades that have passed. What pairs were your favorites in the past? USD CAD, UJ. Yeah. So this was an impulse entry on this trade right here. This was an impulse entry. Because sometimes, GJ doesn't really do retests. We all know that. With a stop above the previous candle. Am I worthy of the shirt? Please evaluate my thinking. Criticize as much as you can, please. Oh, we already have your chart. Gabriel Cruz. All right, what's this? We have Afro Luso FX. Supposedly it's supposed to be the best chart. Let's take a look at this. Higher time frames are very bearish, potential for 80 pips. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think we can include this chart. I mean, you look at this, and then you look at this, and then you look at this. Right? Big difference. Yeah. I don't know. Well, you have unlimited chances. All right, Andre, I love market fluidity. Oh, nice. Took this entry. Yeah, I think it should continue down. Beautiful. Yeah, since it's closing, I think it should continue moving down.
It's my first trade of the week, man. I've got the patience of a Jedi now.
Oh, wow. First trade of the week. That's insane patience. What's this? Price made a low. Stops at the top of the candle that breaks the previous low. Okay. Okay, very nice. This is a nice chart here too. Jose Infante. Jose Infante. Oh, what are we doing, man? The time was 7:30. Oh, I guess the time was 7:30. We started way too early. Okay, so we're gonna keep these entries here. We have 4 entries so far. Nice. This thing is working now. Should be up like 6, 7 pips. And a little bit more push down towards, like 132, 400. I think 132, 400 would be a nice target, like 10 more pips for it to drop, 10 more pips. All right, let's take a look at this. This is GPJPY ideal. Oh. So did you take this trade or were you anticipating it to do this? Oh, anticipating, okay. Yeah, see, that's why when you go to smaller time frames, you will see more information that will give you hints that, okay, price is about to move. This is beautiful. Raja be like, तू पैसा पैसा करती है, तू पैसे पे क्यों मरती है? Oh, US 30 shorts. Let's take a look at this. US 30. My thoughts are when NY open, price will push down. Okay. Daily high, waiting for price to close above below resistance. I think price will retest, but will not break. TP1, TP2. Looks good. Looks good. Well done. And as we can see, that GPJPY has indeed played out. So if you waited, I think this would have been a great example of stress-free trade. I think entry would have been at this entry was only for the cowboys, who take impulse entries. Excuse me. Let's take a look at US 30. Yeah, I think it's forming the same. It's forming the same kind of like candle pattern here, especially on the 15-minute chart, um, where it's about to break the low here to continue down.
Oh.
What pairs were your favorite in the past? Did you had a long relationship with a pair as you have GJ? Yeah, I think with USDJPY we had a long relationship, and then I found a GJ, and then got along with GJ. Me and GJ we've had a very up and down relationship. It's been a roller coaster ride, but now we're starting to understand each other, so it's pretty good. All right, what's this? Ranging. USDJPY ranging. Enter at this area for sells. Okay. Clear candles to the left. Okay. Morris, you have been entered in the thing here. Morris. Wow, look at GPJPY, man. Awesome. Beautiful move. Amazing move. Wow. Hey, if
Very nice.
people in the Gulag on YouTube, if you guys like this trade, if you guys took this trade or made money, give a like on the stream. Look at that. We're approaching target 132,409. I'll take that as a win. 132,400. I'll take that as a win. Look at that.
Very nice.
Yep. Stress-free trading on Friday. Friday mornings with Raja Banks. Waited for this and it worked. Wow, beautiful. We gave the entry, we gave the potential stop loss, we gave the potential take profit. All you had to do was execute. Seriously. All you had to do was just execute. This is stress-free money. That's it. I didn't take this trade though because I don't trade on Fridays. Can you check mine, please? Waiting patiently. Only my second chart. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Second chart coming in strong. Candle chart broke and closed strong support line on high frames. Candles retrace and start to form resistance. Now I'm waiting to see if resistance goes to respect. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think you could maybe zoom in a little bit more. And oh wow, GPCAD also worked out. GPCAD also worked out very nice for Glenn. Glenn, I think Glenn deserves a golden star here because Glenn posted a chart on GPCAD and it worked out perfect. Where is it? I can't find it anymore, but it was pretty good. I think it moves more. GPCAD moves more, but the pip value is less than GPJPY.
Hi, Raja.
Hey,
Do you suggest to close like 75% here and let the runner go?
yes, yep,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I would do that. Yeah, so it was good. I think we made some free money here today. We made up for the loss for yesterday and day before yesterday. No, actually Wednesday. So if it's Friday, and if there's going to be a lot of volume here, I think this will continue pushing down. Because on Fridays, what's going to happen on the weekly candles, either weekly candle continues to push or the weekly candle starts to retrace. In this case, since the weekly candle is bearish, I think it's going to continue pushing instead of retracing.
Especially if this 30 minutes closed below this level right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Roger, some people's asking for the website. Is it possible to write it in a chart so they don't ask it like every 30 seconds?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, let me do that.
You know how the gulag is.
If I were to have missed the initial entry because I didn't wait to take an impulse entry, how would I look for an entry now on GJ? I think now you can't look for an entry because if you would, your stop is going to be way too big. If you take it on the 15-minute, then it's going to be above this candle here. You know. So now if you take an entry now, even if you put the stop above the 15-minute candle, then basically you're anticipating the next candles to just continue falling without retracing or doing anything. You know. So and this is a characteristic of GJ, and I think this is what you'll have to really learn and work on, like how to do impulse entries. I think taking impulse entries is very risky, so that's why start with a lower lot size. You know, like with a smaller lot size, start with that, build your confidence, and then you'll have your confidence to a level where you'll be able to take impulse entries on your regular lot sizes. You know, and it is what it is. You know, it's just how GJ moves at times. It does no retests. The one candle just continues pushing without even like, you know, closing earlier or like retracing a little bit. No, it just keeps on pushing. So GJ said, "Hey man, listen, you want to profit with me? You got to get with the program." So I had to get with the program with GJ. I'm like, "Okay, GJ, I understand you don't do retests. Let me see how I can get it. Let me see how I can get it going with the program." AUDJPY is the most volatile pair. I mean, every pair is volatile. Every pair is volatile if you're looking at it in the right session. You know, I mean, if you look at AUDJPY in the New York session, it might not move as much as it moves in Asian session. Wow, GPCAD moves even further. Beautiful. Look at that move. I think it's going to continue heading bearish. I think if pound keeps dropping, let's consult our Chinese professors over here. Looking at the Chinese professors, look at this. Pound weak, dying. Pound is super duper weak. Yen is super duper strong. You know, so even our Chinese professors, they agreed with the technical analysis here, and it fell down. Hey Amardeep, you're late today. You need to pay a fine now. Do you think technical analysis is efficient in the long term? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Technical analysis, price action is, I mean, that's all I do, just price action. You know, I don't look at um, any news or any fundamental changes while I'm taking the trade. I don't look at that stuff. I just don't look at that stuff. Before this happened, I was like, okay, you know, candle needs to break the low, and then we're going to continue down to retest the low it made earlier. And that's it. That was the trade. And now if you have a runner, I think it has a potential to continue dropping. Are we looking to buy if it did not close below the zone? No. I mean, no, you're not trying to buy anything. Maybe buy yourself some good education or something, you know. Go to Google and type in Forex courses and get something from there. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is Ooh, 4 hour break and retest. Okay. Rejection from resistance levels. Okay. Possible fake out. Oh, nice. Okay. I can read this chart. I can read this chart. Euro USD. What was the outcome over here? Let's take a look. Euro USD. Okay, so it's still still playing here. It's still dropping down. I think it could continue moving down. We have news coming on in an hour. I don't think it would be much. Those news will have much of an impact. But I think if the news is bad, if it's good, which is they're supposed to be, I think you can get that pushed down. I think your JPY has also some room to continue down towards, like it's coming down to the area where the candles closed on the 22nd around like, New York, but I think it has a high probability to continue down towards into the 119, 830, 820 area. My run is targeting 132 flat. Yeah, I think you could get that. You can get that. Someone was looking at 131, 600, and I kind of agreed with that because that's the bottom of the range where the weekly candle started. Okay, let's take a look here. Bright Sight sent a chart. Bright Sight sending a chart here. TP2 60 pips, TP1. Nice. So now you have to see how could you have entered this candle. That's what you gotta decide. Right? Whenever you miss a trade, always look to see how could you have entered the candle. Are you planning any trades on NY Open? No, I'm not planning any trades at all. I'm not taking any trades on Friday today. I mean, in the stream right now. Basically, we called out a trade. This candle movement called out this candle. This candle moved around 21 pips, 22 pips, 22 pips after it broke the low over there. Thank you for your streams. I'm trading for 6 months now and watched all your previous streams, and I'm profitable now. Oh wow, great side income as an 18-year-old. Oh, beautiful. Why don't you ever watch my charts, bro? Come on. Well, because we get a lot of charts. Yeah, we get a lot of charts. Having a hard time understanding difference between a buy limit and buy stop. Can you break down the difference? So what I'm going to do is I copied that question and I'm going to go to this super secret website. Right? Super secret website. This is what you say when you're trying to put a silver spoon in someone's mouth. You put food on the spoon and you tell them to open their mouth and then you put it in their mouth. Difference between buy limit and buy stop. Right? This is your difference. A buy stop order will be executed at the next available market price after it reaches the buy stop price parameter. Right? If it's going to activate it when it reaches that area. A sell stop is the opposite. And then you have a whole list and links of how you can. So this is not too. I mean, I would never explain something basic like this on a live stream because I think it's a waste of time. But I think I will still educate the masses on how to look for information for yourself, so that you don't waste your time, man. That's the most important thing. Your time is really important, so you should never waste it.
7:30 it is.
Oh, 7:30. Perfect. So
You gotta
7:30.
pick that winner.
What's this? Let me Google that.com. Oh wow, your JPY is falling hard now. Yeah, I think we're gonna wait till 8 a.m. Till 8 a.m. we're gonna look at the charts. We're gonna see the charts. We're gonna take down entries, and at 8 a.m. we're gonna choose a winner, and the winner is gonna get one of these shirts over here.
You know what? We can do 2 winners if we get at least 500 likes on the YouTube. I mean, there's close to 2,000 people and there's only 55 likes. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get 500 likes, we'll give another T-shirt, second T-shirt.
One thing I'm amazed is the price. This is really amazing price. That's one thing that really amazed me. Like, wow, very little. Um, let's see here. Let's check out this chart. Yes, Zoom can also participate in this. This is a Friday special. Oh, wrong chart. Come on, man. Anthony Lopez. Wrong chart. Uh, a bias for price above limit, a buy limit. Yes. Oh yeah, you can use this shirt to wear it. You can use this as a dishcloth. You can use it as a mop. You can do all sorts of things with it. And the beautiful thing is it has these different textures, you know, so if you use it as a mop, I think this gray part will absorb water much nicely. This black part, since it's printed, it might just wipe things off, but the gray part will be much better. Also, you can use the back side as well as the mop too, because you got a much bigger real estate area to absorb water. So, you know, it
Okay,
can
one
serve.
more funny question from me. Like, by wearing this shirt, can my buys go up?
Yes, the market will be afraid of you. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is trend bearish. It created the resistance, entered as the broke last 30-minute low, gulag move. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Henrique Oliveira. Reminds me of Chris Olive Oil.
Okay, guys, take care. I'm off. Have a good weekend. Thank
Alright,
you, guys.
man.
Thanks so much.
Take
Okay.
care, take care. Okay, your USD is also falling now, and GPJPY is also starting to continue down. This is dropping. This is all gonna drop. Man, if you have runners on GJ, I think these runners are gonna do really, really well. Really well. These runners are gonna run nice. Alright, Mr. John. Let's take a look at this. Goat shit range. Awesome. This looks pretty nice. I mean, you drew the goat very nicely. It has eyes. The eyes are sparkling here. It's got a nice bushy tail.
That
Goats,
should be entered
yeah.
based on creativity.
Goats don't have a tail like that, do they?
It looks like more of a giraffe.
A
A baby
giraffe?
giraffe. I'm not a giraffe, but a deer, a baby deer, a
Yeah.
baby deer.
I was gonna say, what kind of giraffe you seen with no neck?
A baby deer, a baby deer.
Yeah. What do you think about a sell stop below 132.276? 132.276. I don't know, because right now it's entering this area here, and this area is a support area on the 1 hour, on the 30-minute, like right over here around, 132.340 as a support area. Where if we break that, we're coming down towards, 132, 150, and then I think the ultimate target will be around, 131.800. I think this is going to be the ultimate target. It's not far away, it's like 50 pips away. I mean, if price comes here, the daily candles are going to come up to like 130 pips, 140 pips. So I think this week, no daily candle has been that big. So I mean, if we do get a 130, 40 pip candle, daily candle at the end of the week, I think it's going to be pretty good. Let's take a look at this. Impulse entry, 30 minute, one loss. Oh, 4 wins, 1 loss. Nice. Better than me, Dan Biceps. Dan Biceps. Alright, name has been entered as Dan Biceps. Looks like the only move here was bearish moves here. Does it make sense to you expect the runner to go down to June 22nd low at 131,900? I mean, it could. It could. I mean, you can have a runner, and if a runner goes there, then that's perfect. You know, you can turn around and say, oh, hey, look, it reached my target. But it's very hard to say at this point. I mean, if you look on the daily even, there's a daily support down at 131, you know, like 770. So I think, yeah, I think 900 would be pretty good too. Then we just got to break below this area here, and then we got to break below this area, and then continue down. Jose Infante. Oh, I think we already looked at your chart, Jose Infante. Are you going to build your own PC? I already built my own PC. I upgraded it. Can you try now? Tom Husbands sent a chart. Mr. Tom Husbands. Candle chart broken, close strong below support. I have now entered my trade at 132,630. Stop loss 132,800. Hold until TB1 and TB2. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
We're very close to get a second T-shirt. 426 likes.
Tom
Just
Husbands. So who's gonna get the second shirt?
Then we can give it to a second entry.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Have you seen Euphoria on IG? They had a student who made 350,000 in a day with only 350 deposit or something. It's insane. Perfect. Am I a beginner and have $350 on my live account? What should I trade on? I think if you have $350 in your live account, I think you should start making a plan. You should start focusing on, let's say, what pair you're going to focus on. Choose one pair, and then you should choose a time to trade. You should really see that what time of the day is going to suit you best to take trades, you know, and then just focus on that. You know, like over here, some people call me retard, but you know, like, I mean, I just focus on one pair, GPJPY. I just focus on one pair, and I mean, this is proof that you can make consistent income just by focusing on one pair. It's proof you can do that. It's doable. You know, we do it here every day. Like, you know, like this week has been pretty hard. This week I've had 8 losses, and I've had 7 wins. You know, I've had more losses than wins, but still, like, you know, my profits for the week are much bigger than my losses. You know, so at the same time, I mean, the only hardest thing is to actually go through this pain of, like, you know, just by looking at the charts for like 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day. It's a pain, man. It's a pain in the ass because you want to trade, you want to look at the charts, you want to get your work in, you want to get your chart time in, you want to get that practice in, you know. So naturally you want to look at the charts at any time you get, because you want to get that practice in, you know. But a good practice comes at when you're just focusing on at the same time every day, you know. Like, there are some people who are starting to get really, really consistent here, because now they're only starting to look at only the Asian session, or only London session, or only New York session, you know, and it works. But if you don't do that, then it's going to be a very, very long and slow and hard road. Can you do sells and magic keys? I can only do buys. No, we can't. Magic keys is not under my control. Nothing's under my control, to be fair. You know, market fluidity sag is not even my control. Satya can tell me, hey, Raja, you're fired. All right, let's take a look at this. What's your strategy for not having 8 losses affect you emotionally just by keeping losses small? Because those trades that have had losses, I took those trades in the New York session mostly, and like, you know, like my rule is if I take 2 losses, I call it a day. You know, I took 2 losses yesterday. Yesterday my profits were negative $350. and then just called it a day. And then on Tuesday, I also had 2 losses, and after those 2 losses, I called it a day. But you really have to understand that, even if you take wins or you take losses, it's the same thing. You got to treat it as the same trade. Like just as you take a win, you call it a day, you go about your day. When you take a loss, you call it a day, you go about your day, because now you're following your plan. But if you sit around and wait for price to move, and then if you sit around, try to take another trade, or try to overtrade, then it's going to get really hard, man. It's going to get extremely hard. Wow, I can't even imagine how hard it's going to get. Well, I can imagine, but for some people, they can't really handle it. It is what it is. Let's take a look at this. This is gold, 30-minute. Wait for price to break above the support, 28 pips, 60 pips, 40 pips. Yeah, makes sense. Looks good. You're waiting for price to break above 1767, 1768. Oh, wrong chart, man. Wrong chart. Someone said gold is melting. Haha. I don't know what time frame are you looking at that on. Maybe the 5-minute? Oh yeah, okay, 5 minutes melting. Um, check parts, please. Promise you won't be disappointed. Not part of the gulag. Missed a character earlier. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at this. Now what should we do? I think this is Anthony Lopez. We gave you 2 chances. I think you're 100% disqualified now. Second, second time you sent the wrong chart. So yes, I am disappointed. Man said you won't be disappointed. Oh man, so funny. All right, let's take a look at this. From resistance, candle closes, pin bar expected, next candle to go down. Entered on candle start with stop loss 5 pips. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So now you have a runner, and you're expecting the runner to continue down too. We can't take sells using magic keys. Yes, you can. I've been attending your live session for weeks. Now it's my first chart. I hope it makes sense. All right, let's take a look here. Ooh, wrong chart again. Why? Come on. Come on, guys, work with me here. We're on fire today. When someone starts with you, won't be disappointed. You'll probably be disappointed. All right. What time is it? We still got 15 minutes left. I'm gonna go get some fluids here, and then we're gonna see what's gonna happen at New York Open.
Come on, guys. 23 more likes for a second t-shirt. We're very close to that 500.
Ooh, GJ buy setup. Let's take a look at this. We have a GJ buy setup. Broken support, waiting for resistance confirmation. Minor support. Waiting for support established. Start looking for buy entry. Yeah, could work. On Friday, I think could be a little risky since it's in a bearish momentum, but could work. I mean, even if it does continue to go up, you have like a 20 pip range. Yeah, I think it'll be a little risky though too, but it could still work. Mantis, long time. Oh, nice sells. First sells closed at BE because wanted a low to be broken. Second set of cells. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Very nice.
Long time no see. Haha.
Yeah, long time no see. How's the situation there with the C
Oh,
word?
in the Lithuania?
Yeah.
Oh, we are fully open.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, gyms, pools, everything. Maybe just the large gatherings for the festivals are limited.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I hear they're slowly they're starting to open now slowly.
Yeah. How's the situation in Canada?
It's pretty good. Now they're opening restaurants. They're finally starting to open the barber shops. They opened the malls yesterday. Yeah, they reduced the hours of the malls too.
Yeah, that's good. The hardest part for me was the barbershops.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Yeah,
tried to cut myself and no.
It doesn't work, right?
Nah, I don't.
No, we told my
The
brother
worst part was... go on.
Yeah, we told him to learn how to cut hair, so he used to cut our hair.
Oh, so that's nice. So the worst
Yeah.
thing was I haven't gotten a cut like 2 months before the quarantine started. So
Oh,
I was like, yeah, it was pretty bad.
what's this? Could you quickly just show where the sell was briefly? I missed it. Yeah, so it was basically when this 30-minute candle was breaking the low of the previous 30-minute candle. So it was like an impulse entry. Because essentially we had a support formed here, and then we're basically expecting, well, some people are expecting price to, maybe respect the support and continue up. But once it start to break the low here, then we're like, okay, yeah, it's going to continue down to retest the low it created. Raja, are there situations where there's no way to enter a move without being too risky? Yes, there are situations like that where you will be forced to enter a trade that would be a risky trade. There are situations like that. So that requires a lot of experience. Raja, please try one more time. It's okay if I am disqualified for shirt. Just want to review and prove my haters on here wrong. Alright, this is the third try here for Anthony Lopez. I think third time's the charm here. And strike out! You are gone! You are done! And strike! Anthony Lopez!
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I knew it's gonna happen too. Man. Oh, bro.
Oh man. On a positive note, we hit 500 likes, so we're gonna get a second winner.
Oh, nice. So we now can choose 2 winners for Anthony Lopez. Done. God damn, man. How can you,
You
do
should make
this?
t-shirts with the writing of, oh, wrong chart.
Yeah. Ooh, wrong chart.
Yeah.
At first, it was like I won't disappoint you. Second, I'll prove my haters wrong. Oh, brother.
Your haters was right, brother.
Yeah. Oh man. But
Try
I
again
do.
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah, I do appreciate the attempts though.
That must be our Mac little brother.
Once we get confirmations on, yeah, I think this worked too. Very nice, very nice. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Oh, another wrong chart. What's going on with people, man? Come on. Work with me here. Oh, okay. Here's another chart. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 entries so far. We have 8 entries so far. It's on this piece of paper. Oh wow, what's this? GPGPY? No, this didn't happen right now. Yeah, no. Good attempt though. That was a beautiful chart. Kind of shocked me. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, that can happen. Okay. With New York open 1 hour candle, that could happen. We're gonna keep it right here. That's interesting. Guest, we don't have a guest today. We don't have a guest today. The guests were too busy this week, on this Friday. I think this is the last chart we're gonna look at. We had a lot of charts come in. I'm sorry we couldn't look at all the charts because, you know, there were a lot of charts coming in. Okay, looks good. Looks good. I think you're expecting price to come up towards your 132,692 level here. The zero fib. I think it can. Wait. Oh, this is from right now. 5-minute chart. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it could come up there if you want on the 5-minute. Am I participating? Everyone is participating, even from Zoom and the Gulag. Let's check out this chart. All right. During pre-NY, price retraced and formed a minor resistance on the 30-minute, entered as the 15-minute broke the low of the previous 15-minute candles. Low expecting bearish. Oh, nice. Eon Lie. We have Eon Leahy. Awesome, perfect. Good entries. Let's take a look at Andrew's chart. Andrew's chart. Nothing closed above here. Break support, made resistance, right, made a high, made a low. Possible clean move done for the week, looking for the next week. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, for price to come down, I think if we do break below this area you have marked right here, I think this is 132, 330. I think there's a very high chance for price to continue down.
Do you think because the price is like candles are being rejected around 450, even they are making wicks, but coming back to 450 and going up, so it may create a strong support here and go bullish.
Yeah, it could. It could. I think really good buys will be above 132,800. Yeah. I think it's going to be above 132,800. Even if you look on the 4 hour, the 4 hour is like tapping into this area, rejecting it. On the 1 hour, we're also rejecting that area as support, but the 1 hour candle has closed bearish. So for buys, I think it's going to be good above 132,800, and I think sells should be good as long as price stays below the high right over here. All right, so we have, how many entries do we have over here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 entries. We have 10 entries so far. So what we're
That's
going to
pretty
do
good.
is, yeah, it's pretty good.
You can use wheelofnames.com.
Yeah, that's what we're going to use right now. So once it's ready, we're going to bring it up, and then we're going to start this competition.
Awesome.
10 entries, 2 winners. All right. Ooh, your USD came right down here. Someone sent a chart on your USD that's going to continue down. That did come down. Bless you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry about that.
Hey, not sure if you've already mentioned this in the past, but do you mind talking about your mindset when you lost money due to crypto exchange going down and had to restart with one lot trades? I find these comeback stories very inspiring. Yeah, I mean, I lost a bunch of money. It was basically not even my own money, but it was other people's money too. Because like, you know, I was the only one in the friends and family circle who had an account with the crypto on Quadriga. So we're like, okay, you know what? It's going to be a great idea to put money in Quadriga in Bitcoin, you know, and let it just, you know, like run wherever it wants to run. So we did that. It was like around, you know, like 140,000 was there. And one day I just couldn't really open the website. You know, I couldn't open the website. I logged in. The login was just be like, yeah, the site is down. So all in all, like in within 2 weeks, we found out that okay, the owner actually died, and he was the only one who had access to to all those cryptos instruments. He had access to those, and only he knew the password, right? And he's dead. And we're like, oh, how convenient, you know, man just dies and only he knew the password. so so I had to take that L, and I think the hardest part was to letting people know what had happened, you know, like hey, like you know, your I mean, money's gone, you know. And then I had around 110,000 in my trading account too. And I said to myself, hey, like, you know what, this is going to be a great idea. Like, I have 110,000 here, so I think I can possibly run this up to, let's say, 220, 230,000, and then you know, like pay back the money, you know, because I felt bad for people too. So I was like, okay, that's a great idea. So now what was happening was, this is last year. This is last year, by the way. So now what was happening was, since I lost that amount and I had around 110 in my trading account, so I said, okay, you know what, I can probably trade it and make it back. So within from February till end of March, that 110,000, it it came down to around like 30, 40, 30,000, you know. So it was like a joint account. So it was me and some other person, and it came down there. And that was the point where I realized that okay, you know what, something is really really wrong here. Because how come I've been winning all throughout 2018, and now in these just 2 months, in these 2 months, I've lost this much on trading, you know, let alone the loss from external factors. I mean, that was out of our control. but but like having the mindset to really make those losses back through trading, I think that was the wrong mindset to have. Because at that time, all I had in my mind was that I have to make this money back. I have to make it back. And I think that's a state of mind where you don't think logically, you're thinking based on emotions. There was no plan. My plan was to just, okay, run up the account, make money back, and pay people back, and it'll be good to go. But that didn't happen. So after the count came down to like 30, 32,000, withdrew money, gave it back, and then just started from 10,000 again, started from one loss because I knew that, okay, realistically speaking, I had to make X amount a month safely, sanely, logically. That was the only way it was going to work. I knew that, okay, like, what? I looked at my past, like, whenever you go through a bad run in trading, always look at your past wins. Always look at your past wins because your past wins are going to give you so much motivation and inspiration. It's crazy. I looked at my past wins. My past trades were like good trades, like there were less bad trades. Most of the trades were the same setups, price making a high, price making a low, and then price retesting the high out of the low. Those are most of the trades. And I looked at that and I said, okay, you know what? I can possibly make this happen within a year. I can possibly make this happen. And that was the mindset I had, and the only way I could have done that was to just focus on the same things I was focusing on the previous year. It was just 1 to 2 trades, and that's it. Because I looked at my losses, during the month of February till middle March, and all those losses were just over trading, over risking, because I wanted to make that money back, and it wasn't working like for the most part until I decided that like I have to really really stay disciplined here, and it just took time, basically. Are you still paying back for those losses now? No, no, no. That was all done in April. In April, 27th April, it was all cleared. It was all done. I had a really good month in February. February was really really good in terms of trading. March was really good too. So that was all done in April. Paid it all back. Paid it all back and secured a property. Since you need the money, wouldn't it be tempting you want to trade more and get the money back? No, 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 not really. That's not a good way to go about that. Like I know a lot of people who are watching right now who are still trading, you're possibly trying to make losses back. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. Like, no matter what your position is, no matter how much you tell yourself that you can make these losses back, it's not going to work until you really make a plan. And making a plan is like, let's say if you owe someone money, let's say if you owe the government $20,000, and they say, okay, hey, like, you got to pay this back. And then the government is going to say, okay, well, if you can't pay this back in lump sum, pay this back in installments. Let's make a plan. Let's make a money plan. Let's make a monthly plan. Like every month you'll pay us $1,000, or every month you're going to pay us $500. And by the time 2 years are over, our loan is going to be paid off. That's what to do. Over here trading, it's the same thing. You're not looking to make all the losses back. No interest, no interest. No interest. If anyone wanted interest, I'll be like, no, sorry, that's not how it works. Because giving interest on that, it would have been unfair to me because I lost way more than they lost. So yeah, so at the end of the day, it's just like you just need to focus on just step by step. Like if you don't follow the steps, it's very hard. Is it fill the wicks on 1 hour? Yes, I believe so. I believe so. It's going to fill the wick. I also believe that if this 30-minute candle continues bearish, I think with the as we move closer to NYC open, we will break 130 132 340 and then continue moving bearish. Can you have a YouTube video about how traders can buy property? Yeah, it's actually not that easy at all because here's what happened, right? So last year, my so all my profits they come into a corporate account, my corporate account. So last year my corporate income was like 250,000, and my personal, so here's the mistake what people make, right? My personal income I showed was like around like 13,000 for the last year, and for the year before that I showed around 7,000. So So we want to buy a property, right? And then they ask for our notice of assessment and our personal taxes, T1s, and like T183s for your corporation. Um, so the mortgage guy, he looked at my personal. He's like, man, you made like 13,000 last year. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, it's we can't give you a mortgage for that. I'm like, why not? He's like, because your income is so low. I'm like, yeah. What about my business? He's like, yeah, your business is doing fine. Like, we know you have the money, but you're on paper, it shows you made 13,000. How can we give you a mortgage? How can someone give you a mortgage on that? So we were looking for like around 680,000 from the bank, and they're like, shit, okay. And then what happens is, now since they see you, the lenders see you as like a risky transaction. That's what the lenders see you as. They see you as a risky transaction because you don't have a consistent income coming in. So they ask me, what do I do? I'm like, yeah, like I'm a consultant. I consult and I help people to trade, and like, I never want to tell them I trade. Just like what Hugh Banks said is one of his videos, like, never tell them that you trade, because most people can't understand that concept. It's very hard for them to understand that concept, because here's the thing. They look at you as a risky client anyway because you're self-employed, but if you tell them you're a trader, your risk doubles up. They're like, oh shit, this guy trades? God damn, we don't know when we're going to get our money back. So the risk doubles up, you know and so, like, I mean, long story short, normally you get an interest rate. So my brother-in-law, like, they bought a house, and their mortgage rate they got was like 2.39%. Me, I got 3.59%. Not because we don't have the money, just because, like, we're self-employed. When they see you as self-employed, they know that this guy has a higher chance to break away from these government chains in terms of like finances. So we're going to put them in a headlock. Like, we're going to try to get as much money as we can out of these people. But people who have jobs and who will have a harder time paying loans back, man, they get loans way easy with a very nice, oh, on top of that, not even I got a 3.59% mortgage rate, I had to put down 20%. Normally people need to put down 10% as a down payment. They asked me for 20% down payment. And on top of that, there was a 1% fee, 1% lender fee. You know, so it's like went together. So it's like all the hands started coming in. The mortgage guy, I need this much. A realtor, I need this much. Banks, I need this much. God damn. They're all like, it's a big mafia. It's pretty hard. Just a thought. Don't take it serious. Just wanted to hear your reason, okay? Why are you sharing all this knowledge for free to YouTube? You can be a mentor to a group of people by sharing it all for free. See, this basic knowledge, this regular talk. Um, I I think when I first started trading, I wanted, like, I thought that there would be something like this, where, like, if I'm a new trader, and if I'm learning, and let's say if I'm not afford a mentorship, if I can't afford a mentorship, I tried looking for free information that will guide me in the right place without, misguiding me and stuff like that. So, and there was nothing like that. And everyone I talk to, they just say, "Oh yeah, go buy my course, and then I'll talk to you, or go do this, or go buy this package here." And I'm like, man, why? Why is it so hard to talk about trading? So I said, okay, you know what? If I get good, this is what I'm going to do. If I get good enough, or if I get enough following, I'm going to host live streams. I'm going to host live streams because who knows, there might be someone like me in my position, just starting out right now, just looking out for information. you know so, and at the same time doing this, I this what I do is this: I bill the company. So I'm hired by my corporation, market fluidity. So I bill market fluidity for the 3 hours I spend here. So this way, the income generated in the company, it can then offset those hours of me working as expenses. you know Makes sense. So if I charge the company, let's say, $50 an hour, $50 an hour for 3 hours a day, 21 days out of the month, so that money now the company can write off as expenses. So in the end, my tax payout gets lower. It's pretty smart. Sales are looking solid. Yeah, it's gonna continue falling. I think it's gonna continue going bearish, GJ here. But I don't give everything for free. Not everything. Do you hate swing trading? I don't swing trade. I never said I hate swing trading. Oh, back to that wheel of names. Got distracted. Jose Infante. We have 10 names here. We have someone called Morris. I don't know who Morris is.
And what we'll do is the winners just DM me on Instagram, and I'll ask you to share me your live trading view screen so I can confirm that's really you.
Oh yeah, perfect. We have Dan Biceps.
And I don't know if they see the name on YouTube, but I don't know if they can see the name on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the name on
Okay,
top
perfect.
here.
Yeah. And just reminder, guys, we are in pre-orders right now, so we're not going to be shipping right away. But that's why we're giving a 15% discount on everything until July 5th.
Okay, so right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this competition right here right now. All right, everybody. I hope you are ready. We are going to choose 2 winners here. We have 10 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have John Husbands. We have Dan Biceps. We have interesting names here. We have Gabriel Cruz and Manjur Chaudhary. And all right, let's get this wheel running. Boom.
It's exciting.
Oh, there we go. And the first winner is Manjur Chaudhary.
There we go.
Oh, nice. We got Manjur Chaudhary as first winner. All right. Someone is saying they want Biceps to win. All right. Our last spin here.
I love this.
All
Did
right,
you
John
remove
exciting.
Biceps. Oh, Gabriel Cruz. Oh, nice. Congratulations. Gabriel Cruz and Manjur Chaudhary are the 2 winners here today.
All right, let me write it down here. What's the
Roger,
first one?
you should have removed that last one, the first one that won, so it gave them better odds.
All right.
Beautiful. And now
awesome. So Gabrielle and Monjour, just DM me on Instagram, and I'll ask you to share your trading view in real time so I can confirm it's you, and we'll get your T-shirt out of the way.
Awesome. Wouldn't it be possible to look for buys more than so for sells here, considering it's Friday and the 4-hour zone looks like it may reject hard plus the upward slant on? Yeah, I think looking for buys is going to be really good if you start looking for buys above 132, 680, because that's where the 30-minute candle created like a resistance. And then you run into problems around 132, 800 here as well. So you'll have to keep this in mind. Because if you start looking for buys, I think on the 1 hour, we're just in a range. We're in a range between 132, let's say 680 and 132, 360. It's a 30, 35 pip range. So you need to see a break above this area to have good buys. Either it's going to be good buys or it's going to be a good buy to your account. On a Friday. I'm Christian, I'm 15. Do you have any advice on investing for me, especially Forex and real estate? I think you should become of age first, and since you were spamming, man, come on. Don't spam. This week everything has been going crazy. People in this industry are attacking each other, don't you think? I think it's fun. I think it's fun when people attack each other. I think it's fun on Instagram. Like, I mean, look at Donald Trump. Look what Trump does. Trump calls his opponents um, droopy face and Mickey Mouse, and he's starting to make fun of Joe Biden now. I mean, it happens all the time. I think it's hilarious. I find it really funny because like people are bored on Instagram. They have nothing to do, nothing to post, so then they just find someone and they just start. Like I do at times. At times, I get bored and then I'm just like out of nowhere, I'm just like, oh, okay, this guy is doing these things wrong, or these things don't make sense. Yeah, sleepy Joe Biden. Does USD news affect GG a lot? It's gonna affect it a little bit. It's gonna maybe move it a little bit, but not a lot. And the only reason it's gonna be is because the USD is gonna move, and then obviously that affects the yen. Joe Biden said there were 120 million deaths from COVID. Ooh, wow, man. Has he been sleeping through the epidemic? Where did he get those numbers from? Would you vote for Trump? Yes, I would vote for Trump. Do we have a refresher tomorrow? Yes. Yeah. I was looking at my trades on drawdown and praying to go up. After your streams, I see my trades on small drawdown. Check if my plan is solid. Then relax because I did everything according to plan. That's perfect. That's awesome. That's the way to introduce stress-free trading in your life. Raja, I don't want to be political here, but why Trump? Because I think Trump isn't there for the money. That's the thing. He has money. He's a successful businessman. And yesterday I heard his motivational speech, and it motivated me a lot. I posted it on my Instagram too, where he says, "Never give up. Don't listen to people. Don't believe what they say. Just do you. Do what you want to do, and whoever gets in the way, just focus on what you have to do." Look at Trump, man. He was in real estate. Now he's the president of a country. You know how hard it is to become the president of the United States? He used to be an apprentice firing people for making the coffee too cold. And he's president of USA. Wow. It's crazy. It's nuts. No political background, doesn't know how to run a country, but hey, how we're going to run the country? He said we're going to run it as a company. That's what he did. He's running the US as a company. I don't sound crazy, it's true. Oh, who do I contact again to claim the prize? So what you can do is, if you were the winner, you can contact this guy on Instagram. I'm going to write it here very slowly. Okay. So the name is SACHA _ FX dog. What does that name mean?
It's a little more. It's just not a long story, but I'm really passionate about dogs, and I do competition, and we have a team called Crazy Dogs Flyball Team.
Okay.
And I just decided to merge two passion, which is FX and the dogs, and kind of funky name.
Yeah. FX dog. Is that real talk right now? Can't distinguish. Oh, what real talk? Like, to be honest, besides Trump, there's no one else to lead the country. I mean, there's no one else. Who's going to be the president if Trump's not the president? Joe Biden? Come on, man. Not Joe Biden. Joe Biden can never be the president. Joe Biden is way past being a president. We can have Oprah, we can have Arnold Schwarzenegger. maybe Ronnie Coleman. Where can I get your music playlist? It's from YouTube. It's from the YouTube audio library. Why does some people think Forex is a scam? Because they are not disciplined enough, and they lose because of that, and they think it's a scam. That's why. I mean, I didn't take a trade today. I called out a trade, the sells on GG. If you took those sells, you profited. And if you ended the day right there, you closed the day in profits. But if you overtraded, if you tried to take a buy, maybe you didn't have a profitable day because maybe you lost, or maybe you closed early in a loss, or whatever the case is. Did anyone else hear that apparently a rapper was considering running for candidate? Killer Mike or something? Yeah, I heard him. Who else was running for president? That Tiger guy. What's his name? The Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic going to run for president too. I've been trying to post GJ chart. I believe that there is a potential fake out that initiates buys. Okay, let's take a look here. Someone is looking for buys on GJ because they see a potential fake out. We're going to keep this here because this can still happen. Price is wicking, sellers are trying to enter market but are failing. How do you know sellers are failing to enter the market when this candle is still open? 4 hours also about to close in 30 minutes. So let's see here. Alright, let's keep on reading. Stop loss below, expecting price to fall to entice more sellers to enter buy entry. So your buy entry should be below here, right? Not over here. I think you should wait for a confirmation. And where's the fake out? Price lower than enticing price. Yeah, you don't talk about a fake out. You need to see a fake out. What's this? What happened to London session this morning? Are you affiliated with Monty? I think there was no London session, I guess. I'm following you, Raja. Got in profit in the week and have been chilling and taking less trades. Thanks, bro. Oh, nice. Thank you. That's awesome. But I've seen what Trump has done. He is helping the people who are hard workers and want to make money in the United States compared to what they linger off those checks. Yeah, man. Trump is running this thing as a company. He doesn't care about money. He has money. You know, everyone else, they needed the money. You know, he hasn't taken any big salaries either as a president because he knows to write shit off. He knows that he should write things off. That's why he hasn't taken a salary. Because if he takes a salary, a presidential salary, he knows he's going to pay tax on it. So it's better he doesn't take a salary. I'm not going to get into a debate on why I support Trump. I support Trump based on how he has, I don't know, I just like the dude. I don't know about other allegations against him. I don't know about that, and I haven't read about that, and that's it. I just like to see the good in people, you know, just the good. Even if they're bad, I just see the good, and I let that good motivate me. What do you think about trading Euro NZD? Is it a good currency to trade in your opinion? I think it's good. I think if you've been watching it enough, I think it's a good currency pair to trade, Euro NZD. What's this over here? Sell below this level once trade and profit, put a break even. Yeah, I think this should. See now if it starts closing above, then it'll have a hard time coming down. One main reason. Oh yeah, that Epstein thing. Yeah, I've seen that. One main reason I support Trump is because when I started trading, that's where Trump came in, and Trump has brought so much volatility into the market. It has given opportunities to make so much money. It's insane. Because in the start, I remember 2018, 2019, his tweets would move the market. Can you imagine a president's tweets They moved the market. We had NFP this 1 month. We had NFP, and the night before NFP, he tweeted that this is going to be the best NFP of this year. And you know what we did when NFP started? We took buys. We took buys 2 minutes before NFP. I remember that day I made $12,000 because price it didn't move for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, it shot up. And it shot up, and it was a really, really good NFP, like $12,000 in like 15 seconds. Who does that? Only because Trump tweeted the night before we will have the best NFP of this year. And it was a really good NFP. That's like cheating. That's like before the exam, you're like, well, Trump said it. And that was when Trump was under pressure saying that, oh, there are not enough jobs. And Trump was like, what are you guys talking about? We've created so many jobs for our people. It's going to be the best NFP we've ever had. And then after that, Trump got in trouble with the SEC a little bit. SEC was like, oh, Mr. Trump, you can't say those things. Because they get the reports. They get the reports what the numbers are going to be for the next day. I think this was in 2018. It was in 2018. Clinton and Biden's were tight with Epstein. I mean, on Blackout Tuesday, Hillary lost in court. Yeah, man, it's all a conspiracy. I don't want to talk about these conspiracies on YouTube because, I mean, YouTube algorithm is smart. They know the things we talk about, and then they demonetize it. They put you in their own gulag, so you're not even discoverable anymore. That's what they do. It's not about demonetizing it. It's just about they just put you in a gulag. Then you're done. Trump should order that the statue into. Oh yeah, now we're getting the extreme lefts with the extreme rights in the YouTube gulag. Back in time, you were using EMAs. I've seen in your live streams. Yes, I used to use EMAs, and then I stopped using EMAs because I figured that if I can't read price action, I can't use indicators. That's just it. If you can read price action, I think using indicators is going to get really, really easy for you. And if you look over here, the 30-minute candle closed a bearish candle, which means there are no buys. The only way, if you're really itching to take buys, I think buys are going to be when this candle breaks the high over here. But since it closed bearish, right? Since it closed bearish, there's a very high chance it's going to continue moving down. Would you mind doing over some tips and tricks with magic keys? Everything is self-explanatory. Explanatory on magic keys. Wow, gold spiked down. Well, everybody, I have some work to do, and I will call it a day over here. Have fun, everyone. Please don't overtrade.
All right, have a good one.
Take care, Kavan.
Thank you.
Thank you.